All right. All right. Thank you. She was playing without really playing. All right. It's time for the questions. All right. It's time for the jury questions. So here's how this is going to work. I have to do something real quick. I have to give you the finalist roll. So give me a second to do that. And then you will go into the finalist voice chat, and then the person asking the question will go in the voice chat as well. They'll ask their question, and we'll keep going like that until everyone has asked their questions. And yes, so yeah. I just wanted to make sure like everyone had questions was essentially the point, and everyone to be thinking about it so that they're ready to ask questions by the time we got here. So Steve and Jess, you probably want to come up with questions too, since you didn't have time to prepare like everyone else did. My AirPods just died.
You could just put us at the end. I kind of have some questions, but I would like more time to think.
Yeah, no worries. Give me a second. AirPods just died. My bad. One AirPod just died. Okay. Sorry. It's all the bits. And speaking of that, Anonymous Cheerer did cheer 100 bits that I missed. Thank you again, Anonymous Cheerer. And like, is that an actual channel or person? Does anyone know, or is that just people are just doing it anonymously? Oh my gosh. McMouse said, thank you, Danny, BBTG. And then said, being great. All right. Mac and Kella, do you have access to the finalists' voice chat, or did I miss one of you? Do you see it on the side? Final two, should say final two. Okay, please head there, and if you want to hear what they're saying, make sure to watch the stream to the other players. Oh. Yeah. Can you talk again?
Hello.
Yeah, it's just Discord being
Hello.
weird again. Discord's always being weird.
Wait, so
okay.
is there like a list of everyone's jury questions somewhere out there?
No, they DM them to me, but that's it. So
Alright, I'll just hope I don't repeat.
yeah, just if you want to hear it, you can go to watch on the Twitch stream, basically.
Okay.
So, priority was given to Max, who sent in his jury questions first. So Max, if you're ready, I will make you the first person to be able to ask a question.
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. Here, one sec. I'm gonna ask production to do this from now on, but I can do it real quick.
Production, get on it. You have one job. Actually, plethora.
So,
6 different ways to
also-
shoot.
Production,
Max,
if you could,
There's no reason you would have to
from-
yell at
if you
me.
could change
I
the
literally
role
did
to
jack
whoever's
shit
asking a
you.
question
I was on the block
to
next
Inquisitor.
Mm,
Right now
mm,
it's Max.
You did
I can do it real
pointless
quick
lies
unless
every
one
once
of you
in a
can.
while.
I did
Um,
not. I had your back the entire time. I was
see.
honest when I said I put you at the bottom. Wait, what? Why did I say I put you at the bottom? That was like a week ago. I don't remember.
But you
Just
also
it?
were,
Okay.
like, when you talked about like the
Um,
board and stuff, when you're like, oh, I
Let me
made
Uh,
a promise to Max and Jess. It's because you're in a final
I-
2 with Max.
It's gonna be
No.
But you also said you would put me there.
Max,
No. Me,
and then
Jess, and
Mac
Mac all
was
agreed
next.
that if we won,
I have to do it in.
we would put each
I
other
said
on
I
the
would do it in
board.
order
That
of
was
like
I know, but I
who
was
sent it in first, and so they were the first two to send in their questions.
Yeah,
I
that was
couldn't
a deal
put you on
So-
right right there at the
Um,
end. We just promised each other that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
like I said, I couldn't put you on the
Let's
board
see.
because everybody was after you. Like that was also part of it.
I know.
Look at you looking all
screwed me
cute with
over.
your mask
Yeah, it's
off.
alright.
I can see your face.
It's kind of hard to do it because it's all in DMs.
Oh, I want to come up with
Max,
a question.
could someone
Where's
add
the
Max to
secret?
go into the? Here, let me just one sec.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
yell at you. Just it wasn't
Max,
that bad. I
you
was gonna
should-
say, like,
Max, you
I'm
should be
probably
able to-
gonna vote for you.
Max,
What?
you should be able to go into the final two voice chat now. You
I
should
was
have
loyal
access.
to you, Mac. I was gonna say that.
Hi guys, congrats.
Hey Max.
Hi, Max.
You guys earned it. So my question's easy. What's the biggest move that each of you made?
Wait, sorry, I missed the question. But yeah.
Go again. Okay. What is the biggest move that each of you made?
Okay, cool. So you'll each have 2 minutes to answer the question, and again, you can get interrupted. So whichever of you, whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I think my biggest move was, I mean, besides aligning with Kella, was aligning with Jared. If you look at the beginning of the game, he saved me on the first day, and then he put me on his board the second day, and without that,
Sorry, anonymous cheer. Just cheered one bit. Thank you, anonymous cheer. Okay. Here you go.
without that, I probably would have already went home. I already had alliances established, but I made a special final two with him because I knew he was good at comps.
Okay,
That's it.
Awesome.
that's it. All right. Kella, your turn.
Matt, I honestly think that my biggest move might have been getting you out on my exec. I knew that you had the highest social score, and you know, I knew if you got to the end, and I knew that you were working with everyone, with Steve, with Jess, with Mac, and me, that you would win. So I think I orchestrated it by putting you up, and yeah, I'm not sorry.
No, I'm not upset about it anymore. I didn't have the.
Do I get
I
a
didn't have
rebuttal?
the decision here though. What?
Do I get a rebuttal?
You sure? Is that okay?
I mean, yeah, if you want, but yeah,
It's just a sentence.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm the one that took Max out of the VP comp. Let's remember that.
You did.
I thought it was a play for both of you guys. So. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Could you add?
That's it. Half the
Could you?
moves we made were like together, so this is
I
gonna
know
be
that's kind
weird.
of hard.
Could you add McCracken next as the next Inquisitor?
It's done. Let me go grab him.
All right. Thanks.
Did I get noms? Oh my god, I didn't get noms. Oh, they're backdooring me.
shoot.
Who's HOH?
I don't even know. I think Kyle.
All right.
We got
Final two.
Mac. Hello.
So my question is for Kella, because I think Mac's gonna get a lot of questions tonight. So I want to give Kella one. I need to find my speech. Kella, you and Mac have played an extremely similar game in the eyes of the jury. While both of you were a clear pair that were alienated, had to win comps to win, for some reason, his game is being respected more because he was a bigger target coming into the game. I believe that you both played an amazing game, but I need you to show me how you set yourself up better than Mac. Because I see ways that you both positioned yourself to be set in the game, but I feel him and his way of being I choose a side, which is a very impressive and like cool game to show, is riskier and I feel not as deserving, but I at the moment am voting for Mac. I need you to convince me with your answers. And also, why did you rank him high for 3? Because you should have taken Jess to the end. That's 2 questions I want answered.
For 3?
Like the final 3, did you rank him high?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oof, okay.
All right, 2 minutes starting now.
Okay. I think one of the ways that I set myself up for success, I mean, aside from, making friendships with everyone, is that I always ranked Jared low, even though I was supposed to rank him high. And I did that because I knew that he was Mac's number 2 and that he was probably the most loyal to Mac. I know that's not a single-handed, eviction of Jared, but I did consistently rank him low, and he ended up going out based on his social score. I also, had relationships with Katie, with Corey, with Ashley, all people that Mac might have not interacted with, that I knew that I was not going to be their target. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I did keep Mac close because he was a big target, and maybe in the end I should have ranked him lower at the end, but his score was significantly higher than Jess, and I'm not actually sure if that would have made a difference.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next person, I believe, was Jared. Jared had the next question if he's here. If Jared's not here, then Ashley. Yeah, it looks like Jared's not here. So. So apparently the stream was down for a little bit. I don't really know how that happened or why that happened. That's a little annoying, but oh, here's Ashley. All right.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
Ashley.
Ashley.
So I'm just gonna ask you both the same question, if that's cool.
Am
I?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
I know I got out one of your closest allies, Jared. So I just want to know how you guys re-strategized with Jared being gone.
Who wants to go first?
Kella.
I can go.
Okay. 2
Honestly,
minutes.
Jared was not part of my plan to get to the end. I knew that he was too strong of a social player, and a comp player, that I had to get him out. So really, I was working to get Jared out, as part of my strategy to keep Mac with me to the end. Mac might have actually had to change his strategy, but I was set up well enough that no matter who went out, including Jared, who, you know, was loyal to me and we did have a good relationship, regardless of who went out, I was in a good position.
All right.
Oh, Mac.
Yeah, when Jared left, it was pretty tough, but it did force me to make extra allies. I think it brought me closer to Max, and as well as Just Nicole. Mostly, I feel like if Jared did stay in the game, I probably wouldn't have talked to them as much, because my whole game is pretty much talk to my allies, ignore the other side. Just so that my allies know I'm not promising anything to the other side. I just win and take care of my side, you know. So when Jared was out, yeah, it forced me to make relationships that I probably wouldn't have been as strong. That's it.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Though I think that's everyone that sent in questions, but if anyone else is ready for a question, bring them in. Yeah. And yeah.
Jared joined, but he's wondering if I could read his questions to them for him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Do you want me to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one is from Mac, and he says, "You were a comp beast, but had you not won comps, you were toast. Can you explain how you also made social moves to get yourself to the end?"
I mean, yes, I was a comp beast, but I only had one more win than Kella. So Kella had 2 wins, I believe, and Jared had 2 wins. My game is usually to align with other people that are good at comps, which is the first thing I'm pretty sure I said to Jared. I said, "You're a comp beast, I'm a comp beast, let's do it." So aligning with other comp beasts is basically how I can save myself from not winning comps.
Alright. Is that it?
Yeah, and his question for Kella was, "People think you were just a floater and didn't make any decisions for yourself. What decisions in this game did you make that got you to the end?"
Well, I don't know if I could be called a floater. Like Max said, I, won, just one less comp than he did. What was the last part of that question? Sorry.
He asked, "What decisions did you make that got you to the end?"
Let's see. I mean, like I've mentioned, Mac and I made a lot of decisions together. One decision I made was that there was the vote in the bloodbath where they were both ties. Ashley insisted that she didn't vote Jess out, and we knew that either Max or Ashley had to be lying. In our alliance of 4, so Jess, Max, me, and Mac, sorry. In that alliance, I needed the numbers, and I knew that Ashley was on the other side of the house. So I was able, Max actually told me that he did vote to evict Jess in that eviction. I kept that secret from both Jess and from Mac, just so that I could facilitate that bond of 4. And as you saw, that bond of 4 did take us all the way to Final 5. So I think keeping them together, keeping that alliance strong, was a good move for me.
All right, thank you. Is that it? You got 10 seconds anyways. So.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. And if anyone else is ready with the question, please bring them in. And if any questions, jury questions from the Twitch chat, we could do that while we're waiting. But so far, silence. Well, think about it. I'll ask one. If I see a really good question from the Twitch chat, I'll ask it. All right, Katie's here.
Up.
Uh-oh. Hey, Katie.
It's okay.
Uh-oh.
I feel like you're gonna have some grilling questions for us.
It's not that bad actually. So I'm actually gonna start with Mac Mouse actually. So obviously you were a beast in challenges and your social game was also pretty good. What I want to know is what do you think was your biggest weakness?
Probably doing whatever it took to keep Kella. Obviously I had her trust and she had mine. At the end with the Steve Kella vote, at that certain point I did keep Kella, but not because of our alliance, mostly because Jess refused to vote out Kella. So if it was a tie, the person with the higher social score would stay, and that would be really stupid of me. So I was gonna cut Kella at the end, but yeah, my weakness was just doing whatever I could to keep Kella.
Makes sense.
I think we both did that a number of times, so.
Indeed. Now, Kella. Besides your alliance with Mac Mouse, like, what was your biggest asset in the game? Like, what did you... You both won challenges. Like, you both had each other, and that's pretty well all that I see is what you did, is just have an alliance with Mac Mouse and won challenges together. So, like, what else did you do?
I mean, I feel like I sound like a broken record here. But really, you know, I built relationships with the rest of the house as well. I think that can be seen good or bad, right? Like it's been brought up that Mac just kind of picks his few and you know, works with them. But I was in alliances that he wasn't in, and I do think I was in all the alliances that he was in. I even aligned with you, unfortunately, right before you left. But I mean, and I could be wrong, but I even had convinced you to maybe work with Mac to keep the three of us strong, to keep the three of us safe. So if you hadn't gone out, you know, like I had another, you know, shield for 1, 2, someone I would have been absolutely 100% loyal to. And yeah, just good relationships.
So basically, like a floater kind of game.
I don't think so.
I mean, kind of. You just floated to person to get relationships, right?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if that's your definition of a floater.
I mean, you won comp.
To me, I was strategically
right.
I think like any, I guess, eviction or strategy that you could attribute to Mac, like we made those decisions together. You know, and I pitched ideas that, you know, we ended up doing. He pitched ideas that we ended up doing. So I think it's kind of unfair to not call Mac a floater and to call me a floater, because I did build relationships and we both carried each other to the end.
Fair enough. Congratulations to you
Can
both.
I rebuttal for?
Oh,
Can I
yeah.
rebuttal for real quick?
Yeah.
So so she's saying she aligns with everyone. I think that's what's so awesome about my game is that I didn't have to align with anyone to make it where I am. Steve and me, we didn't message until yesterday, I think, and we were in the game the entire time. I didn't have to message him because I was confident in myself and my allies to get me to where I am. That's all.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah. Sorry.
Good luck to you both.
Yeah. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you, Katie. All right. We got a few questions from the Twitch. They want to know. The Cuttlefish wants to know what is the move that you made that you regret the most.
Get a recaps for that.
I've got an answer.
Okay.
I think my biggest, blunder in the game was during the final 5 VP comp. Mac took Max out, and then I trusted Steve that he would vote Max out with me, because I did want Max out, knowing that he was a big social threat. And I trusted Steve when I shouldn't have, and he took it to a tie break. I wanted Jess to stay, and I did have absolute faith that her social score was higher.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, sorry. They're answering a Twitch question right now. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
In the end, I was right that Max's score was lower, and he, did go. But I think just trusting Steve was my mistake. But made it up to him by not trusting him today and not doing what, wasn't really down for his plan as far as ranking him number 1 like he wanted me to.
I didn't rank you number 1 either, so.
Do I get to answer?
Yeah, you can answer that one real quick.
It's biggest weakness, correct?
No, it was biggest regret. Move that you made that you regret the most.
Oh. I don't want to say I don't have any regrets. I guess putting Kella number 1 every time.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
I did the
thank you.
same thing.
Yeah. All right, Steve.
Okay. I have a few questions. I'll ask the individual questions first. First for Mac. So the whole point of Black Market is that it's like a social game, and you bragged about the fact that you didn't talk to anybody. Why do you feel like you deserve to win this social game when you literally you admitted to just sticking with 4 people and not trying to branch out and get to know other people?
Yeah. So how I feel what happened, well, first of all, my social score at the end with Kella was only 1 under hers. And I think the reason for that is instead of being in the middle of everyone's rankings and being close with them, I was at the top of my alliance's rankings. And I think it outweighed being in the middle of everyone's. That's why I think my game worked that way.
Cool. And then Kella, I don't really know what was happening behind the scenes of the Final Four, but I just want to know how exactly did the whole because you betrayed Jess, you gained her trust. Were you playing her the entire time? Did you plan on taking her to Final 2? What exactly was your plan with Jess? Because you clearly got into her mind. I'm just curious what your plan was with her.
Oh, that's a great question. You messaged this morning and you said, let's make a Final 2, let's go to the end. And I said, yeah, for sure, I'm so in. And we said, we'll rank each other number 1, we'll tank Mac, and I wasn't gonna do that ever. But I compared with Jess because we did have a good trust for, the entire season. But I compared with Jess, and you'd said the exact same thing to her. So that's when I decided that one, I was going to rank Mac first to bump him up, because I was hearing that his score was probably really low, and I wanted him to stay over you. Two, I ranked you the last to lower your score. So I'd say that's kind of what was going on behind the scenes. I feel that I was always loyal to Jess. I know, it didn't seem that way when I, trusted you in the final 5, and I should have trusted her that she would, vote with me. But I don't feel like I was ever playing Jess. We did have a plan today to go to the final 2 together. So like Mac said earlier that he would have done to me, he would have cut me, I would have cut him, because I did know that he was my strongest competitor. So if I were voting and it was between the 2 of you, I sadly would have evicted Mac, despite ranking him first every time.
Okay, thanks. And then just one more question.
Can I rebuttal that one real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
So she's saying that she would cut me because I'm her biggest competitor, but that would not be the reason that I would have cut her. I was cutting her based on social score. Alright, that's all.
Awesome. I think you
Because
guys
the
answered
social
all
game
my
was good.
questions. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, thank you.
Bye, Steve.
If anyone else is ready for a question, bring them. I think they all asked. No, Jess hasn't asked one yet. Does Jess have a question? How are you feeling? Final 2.
Great.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of us.
We manifested this day 1.
Yeah. Oh, here's Jess.
Hi, Jess.
Yes. Oh, you're on mute or
I
something.
can't hear you.
I'm not on mute.
Oh, there-
Just something with.
There you go.
Like,
Yeah.
I guess I need to talk really loud.
Yeah, that might be
Okay.
it.
Yeah, my voice is a
We
little.
need to soak in your accent for a second.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My first question is going to be for both of you. How did the game that you ended up playing differ from the game that you thought you would play?
Let's go
Pretty good
first.
question. Pretty good question.
I know we all came in with kind of strategies that we were going to do, and we had to readjust as we were going. So, what did you start out with, and how did you end up finishing?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So I didn't fully understand the social score part of the game. I understand the concept, but I didn't know like numbers wise how it was gonna work.
Mhm.
So in the beginning, I was just like, fuck social score, like comps. But in the middle, I did start casually throwing into conversations like, rank me this, I'll rank you this, blah 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 blah. So I think that's what in the middle of my game changed, is when I realized that I need to look at the end game and focus a little more on my social score.
All right.
And I think if I could respond to that, I feel like maybe through our discussions, maybe Mac started realizing how important social score was. That's when we decided to always rank each other first. Let's see. I mean, I actually don't know if I played a different game than I thought I would. You know, there's obviously adjustments that had to be made. My first alliance was the Brainiacs with Mac M and Mac. I thought we would take that to the end, and we obviously didn't end up doing that. So I would say just adjusting alliances based on, I was also aligned with Jared. Adjusting alliances based on taking out people's threats, or people's the biggest threats, and then also my allies.
Right. Okay. My next question is just for Mac, and it kind of goes into what you've already talked about. So the jury is kind of talking about how you said, you pick your certain people and you stick with them. Do you wish you would have put a little bit more emphasis on getting to know the rest of the cast and kind of building relationships with them?
I mean, I wouldn't say I ignored people. I just didn't want to name drop or make alliances with the other side, pretty much so that I couldn't get exposed and I couldn't be caught in lies. I honestly didn't lie that much in this game because I wasn't having to play both sides. I never played both sides. So it helped me stay true, stay loyal, and I never had to even think about noms or anything because I wasn't going against the side that they thought I was on. I didn't have to be careful with that. So I did talk to people, but I never name dropped with them or talked that much game with them just for the fact that I wouldn't get exposed. And I didn't because I couldn't.
Can you hear me? Okay. What about you, Kella? Do you feel like you were too closely aligned with too many people?
I don't think so. I feel like the main alliances I had, I kept till the end. And I would say that was you, Mac M, and Max. Obviously, there had to be a hierarchy of who went when and all of that. But I would say the relationships outside of the main alliance or the core alliance, I used more for information, as far as kind of hearing who's ranking who, with what what score, kind of whose targets were who, but never, I feel like, to the point where I really betrayed anyone's trust. I do feel like I was honest as well with everyone and built alliances to get information, but not necessarily betraying them.
Gotcha.
Can I rebuttal?
Yep.
Sorry.
No worries.
So the reason she didn't have to step on any toes is because in the beginning of the game, I was the one stepping on toes. She didn't really turn it on till round 5. Yeah, round 5 was her first win, and then the last round was her second win. So I was the one making the big moves, putting a target on myself, and she was votes with me, but she wasn't the one that was getting blood on her hands like I was.
Good answer. Good luck. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jess.
Thanks, Jess.
Good luck.
Bye.
All right. I think that is all the questions. So it's time to move back to the stream chat for your final closing speeches. You're going to get 3 minutes each for those. And then we'll get to the vote. So back to the stream chat.
How the game that they ended up playing differed from the game that they thought they would play. Both of them. Is everybody in here now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, dang, the contestants show up.
Wait, can we have some fun to talk without the contestants?
Can you guys read
as well? All right.
Red, can we have like a couple minutes to talk without Mac and
You
Kelly?
wanted to talk shit, come on.
I want to hear what I wasn't able to listen to the stream, so I wanted to hear how they answered Justice questions, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna do their closing speeches now. But we can wait for a second, I guess. Yeah, because you probably have a delay.
Jess,
So-
talk candidly, quickly. What? How did they answer?
Here.
Yeah, now that they're here.
Well, I can answer. I can answer again. You want? What was the question?
Yeah, let's just talk candidly here. Let's just talk candidly.
Yeah, let's just talk candidly.
Okay.
They were asking what questions I asked and how you guys answered them.
Yeah, no. What was?
'Cause
No,
we're-
no, no,
we're
no. What
leaving.
was the question that you asked me?
The one about how your game changed
Oh, yeah.
from how you thought, and then the other one was, do you wish that you would have focused more on your relationships with people outside of your core alliance?
So I was telling her my game going in was not based on social score. I didn't completely understand the numbers of social score, how you gain, how you lose, and all that. So at the beginning, I was just focusing on comps, which is why I aligned with Jared. It was in the middle is where I was starting to slowly put into people's head, like rank me higher, yada yada yada. What was the second question?
Do you wish that you would have put more emphasis on the relationships outside of your core alliance?
Right. So I was explaining that the reason I did semi build relationships with the other side. The reason I didn't want to fully make alliance with them or name drop with them because I didn't want to get exposed. I wanted to play a truthful game, which I did. I really didn't lie to anyone that I can think of, a major lie at least. And I was getting blood on my hands, but it was blood that I never told them I would keep them safe or anything. I was never playing both sides. So yes, Kella was playing both sides, but I was doing all her dirty work. I was the one getting blood on my hands. She played both sides, but only because she could, because I was the one winning comps for her.
You won one
Both won
comp
comps.
before me.
3.
You won a comp earlier on than me.
I won a comp when I was competing against more than 4 people.
So are we ready for closing statements? Oh, and Mitch just cheered a couple 10 bits. Congrats, final 2. I hear an echo. Someone's echoing.
I think we should
okay,
tie it.
Bring it. Tie jury vote again.
That means Kella wins, right?
Well, the blacklist could have flipped it,
Oh.
but
Oh goodness, that would be interesting. I'm not sure. I don't think it's gonna be a tie though.
Wait, so what happens if it ties with
Social
wait,
score.
what?
if it
Yeah,
ties,
don't
it's
we already
social
know
score
what
again.
social scores?
It was Justice rankings.
Yeah, which technically you should know. Whoever was at number 1 got plus 2 points, and whoever was at number 2 got minus 2 points.
Means
So that means
So that means Mac would win.
Damn.
well, it's not gonna be a tie probably, I feel.
yeah, we don't know what
I have no
Lene
clue how the
and
votes are gonna go actually.
Lene
It
and
could be.
Jeff-
If social score is a relatable score for your social game, then some would say I had a better social game.
I wouldn't.
I'm still very conflicted. I haven't decided yet, but we'll
I
see
know,
if your
I
voting
am
statements
also
lean me one way or the other.
Decided. I would like to hear final speeches.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I haven't decided yet either. I thought I
I'm
came
decided.
tonight with a decision, but after hearing the speeches and the questions, I feel like I've been swayed to the other side.
I've been swayed.
Good for you, Jess. I'm happy that you've been swayed. But
Can I ask Mac one more question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so in your response to Jess's answer, you said that you were getting blood on your hands for Kella. Wouldn't that be more of a good thing for Kella since she got you to do that for her, taking the shots that she wanted to take and not making anything happen, not making anything bad happen to her because of it? Wouldn't that be more of a positive for her?
I want to say that the shots she wanted to take, I don't think she ever had influence of what I did
You're one.
with my VP wins and my exec. She never really had influence on that. So whatever, I don't know what other alliances she was in.
Oh,
but never,
sorry, Mac. Anonymous Cheer sent 200 bits. Also, Mitch said these bits are from Tuggy. Thank you so much, Mitch and Anonymous Cheerer, for the bits. Sorry, continue.
There was never a time where Kella was like, keep this person safe, and I did. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Are we ready for closing statements?
Sure.
Okay, 3 minutes each. Who wants to go first?
You can go.
I think it should be reversed from the beginning speeches.
Who went first? Me
Yeah.
or-
No,
I'm going
she
first.
went first.
I
Yes,
went
you're
first.
going first now.
Yeah. So okay.
Alright. So from day one, obviously me and Kella had final two. Alliance-wise, we brought in Max and Jared into our, at least that was my real four. I brought Jared, I knew was good at comps, so I pretty much needed him with me in whatever alliance I was in. That move there is what kept me safe in the beginning, even though I had a big target on my back already. And then moving forward is when I started to sprinkle my final threes around with Mac and Matt and Jess and people like that. Social wise, I know I've been saying I've been ignoring people. I wouldn't put it like that. I didn't talk to the other side again because I didn't want to get exposed, and I didn't need to talk to the other side. And yet, still here I am with a whatever 8 social score, higher than Kella's as of right now. I pretty much kept me and Kella safe in the beginning. Without my alliance with without my final two with Jared, not sure how the first 2 days would have went for her either, as she was already, like, everyone kind of already knew what was going on. And that's pretty much it. Am I missing anything?
You got a minute 20 if you want.
So why should we vote for you over Kella?
I believe in me and Kella's decisions. I mean, I'm not gonna discredit her for talking with me, but I do think that I had a bigger influence in our decision than she did. Not only because, like, when I was exec or whatever, but just in general of who we were aligning with. I think I was the one that was putting the alliances together, rather than she was. For example, Max, I knew from before, so I kind of already trusted him. And Jared, I never met, but I knew he was good at comps. I watched him in an org before, and so bringing that alliance, I mean, that was our alliance. That I mean, without Max, me and Kella really wouldn't have made it this far either. So making that alliance was completely me. I mean, I think Kella will admit to that.
5 seconds.
Love you all.
All right. Kella?
Okay. Max thinks that he was the only one, I guess, who was friends with Max before. But I also knew Max slightly going into it. And Max and I actually were also an OG alliance. And I know Max had a lot of alliances, but Max definitely wasn't the one who formed that one, I would say. Matt gets credit for the other Mac alliance. I'll give him that. And Jared too. But anyways, sorry, I shouldn't respond to that. I guess the reason you should vote for me is that I had the best connections. There, as we pointed out, anyone of you that went home, I was fine. Like I was still in a good place, regardless of who was there and who was gone. Even without Mac, if Mac had gone, if I hadn't, saved him from the board when he would have gone, I still would have been okay based on my alliances with, with Jess, Max. I also had Katie, and I worked together towards the end. So I feel like Mac wants to undercut my decision making. I do feel like we were on the same page for most of it. There wasn't like big arguments that he won versus lost, and I actually feel that I was able to take out his alliances that he was closest to, being, I guess, Mac and Jared, before he took out mine, which was, Jess, and Max and I were close too. So I do think, if Mac and I also, if we were up for review together, I definitely would have stayed. So I think overall, I had the best alliances, and it led me to Final 2. I think my alliance with Jess, my relationship with Jess, Matt couldn't get me out if he wanted to, because Jess wanted to save me and take me to Final 2 with her. So I just think overall, I used my relationships to get here. And I do feel I have genuine relationships with all of you, and I think that's how I went in playing, and I'm glad that I came out with 11 new friends, and I just really appreciate getting to know you guys, and
5 seconds.
having a great time with you guys. Vote for me.
All right, thank you. It is time for the jury vote then. So you should all have your DRs back. Please vote for who you would like to win between Kella and Mac in your DRs. Everyone who's not here, their vote will be 100% determined by their blacklist. So I'm going to go back to those blacklists now.
I just want to throw it out there. The Final 2 speech definitely determined my vote. Because I was feeling one way, and after the Final 2 speech, I think I've changed my mind. But good luck.
Thanks, Ashley.
I have no idea still. I may flip a coin.
Don't flip a coin.
Good luck to both you guys. You guys played both really good games. Like, I went in here thinking I was going to vote for someone I thought played the best game. But after these questions, I voted for someone who I feel like I didn't see as much. So, good luck to you guys.
You guys both played really good games to the point where this is very difficult. Definitely not an insult to the other person who I don't vote for.
Right. It's very close. Like,
I would vote for either of these two in any other Final 2 scenario.
You guys ran the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm excited to see.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Sorry, I'm playing in the HOH.
Be lucky for you, one of your orgs is about to end.
No, I need sleep, honestly.
well, Steven and I are in a new one together now.
That's right.
That's really what it's called.
Oh, I saw that actually.
It's like 3-night
That's fun.
terror or something like that.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Triple
Because now I'm out of all my
night.
orgs.
I'm not out of my orgs, and I'm not out of my orgs. I'm not in Katrina's game right now.
I voted. You both are great, but
I know I'm not in Katrina's game, but like, I'm basically out of all my orgs.
I hope you get voted out.
So
Why?
after the votes revealed, are we allowed to like tell people how we voted?
Yeah.
It'll show up.
I'm gonna announce it all. It's gonna be like Big Brother. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna say who voted for who.
Are we sure it can't be anonymous?
No, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
This for me, my head was telling me one thing, my heart was telling me another.
Me too. That's exactly what's happening with me.
I feel like I'm the head side.
But
It's
who's
hard side for me,
ahead?
actually.
Well, I think our entire cast was great.
Same.
You guys are all
Yeah,
awesome.
I agree. You guys were amazing cast.
We're the best
We need
season.
to make
right?
a reunion chat.
Yeah, no, it's gonna. Oh yeah, yeah.
Discord or Twitter, but
Reunion after this, by the way. Stay on, and we'll keep talking until we
Okay,
lose
I'm
viewers.
gonna leave for a second after this. Well, like not a second, but like, I have to do a color by number thing.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
know my social score, like what I ended up at.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I'll show all the scores and everything. Don't worry.
God. Actually, like nah.
Wait, I have a question for Jess, even though Jess isn't on the final two. Would you rank me in that that last social when I was still in? Would you rank me at?
You were first.
I was first? Okay. So I there was a chance I could have won that final three. I thought you both you and Kella put me at the bottom. I know Kella
See,
did.
you got mad for nothing.
No, I was
My-
mad because I think I wanted to win. That's why I'm mad.
Oh
Yeah,
boy,
that's
you're
what
going off.
The only reason I had to vote you out, like, there was zero chance that I won
No,
against you.
honestly, I respect it. Like, no hate here. Like, all love. Like, it's all good.
What?
Like, the jury will say I like was a very eccentric after you got voted out. After you got out, but that was just my energy after being eliminated. I
believe I called
promise.
you unhinged. Is the word I used?
Oh god, I don't think I've ever shown that side of me in Org before. So you guys gotta.
I think he just doesn't realize how good he is. Like,
who doesn't?
he does. Steve doesn't realize how good he
Well,
is.
I had my
Right,
speech
good.
ready, but
Nobody
know.
wanted to sit next to Steve at the end.
He was like, you know, I'm always the first food.
I am always the first food. This was the one exception. I got 13th place in Katrina's again.
Oh shoot.
Please,
Uh,
I'm sorry.
Danny highlighted her message. Tell Mac and Kella I'm so proud of them and honored to be their friend.
Lovely
Okay.
day.
Aw,
Oh,
Danny. Love you.
Thanks, Derek.
This is totally random, but I ordered your book read and
Oh.
it shipped today.
Oh,
There's a
awesome! I'm so
book?
excited for you to read it. Yeah, I wrote a book.
Where
Burnout.
did you buy that, Red?
It's on
I'm
Amazon,
gonna
so if you look up
I'm gonna buy
Burnout, Burnout by Hayden Plunkett, Hayden, Plunkett, Plunkett. You can buy it on Amazon, ebook, print version. A lot of BBTG people read it, and it's awesome. Yeah, I appreciate all the support, everyone who's read it, and it means so much. And yeah, I said my first and last name, but it's on the book, so might as well.
Right.
And Mitch just sent some bits. Said, "Congrats to the entire cast of season. I can't wait to face some of you in All Stars someday." And Paul highlighted his message. Buy Burnout on Amazon.
I just bought it.
Oh, awesome! Thank
I
you so
just
much.
bought it.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, everyone. It really means so much.
I'm down for All Stars, though. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
I'm also down for All Stars.
Same.
I was robbed.
So same.
Yeah,
This is one of my favorite orgs. My God.
Honestly, I'd play with all of you again.
Yeah, let's just do season 5.5 and just.
I gotta be first. So when's it
No,
getting
Mac
revealed?
will probably be first food. If
It
we're
would
being
be
honest.
interesting to see, who aligned with who after everything.
Yeah.
Mac, Mouse, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, after the first board, who told you that I wanted you? That I was talking about you, like I wanted you out.
I'd have to go deep into my DMs.
Because for the longest, I thought it was Jared, but he told me it wasn't him.
I don't think it was me.
What did you ask him?
It was probably Max.
Max.
Look at Max.
Max
He's like,
Wow.
honestly.
Shoot.
Would
Uh,
you know?
I
And
think
he
a lot
just
of
like
people are
ditched
wrong.
everything.
Isaiah for 100-bit said Steve for All Stars, and Mitch sent 5-bit said or Heroes versus Villains. All right, I have the votes, and I'm just trying to determine the most dramatic order to reveal them in.
Oh, thank you, Isaiah.
Reveal mine first.
So,
Like,
Let's-
I love how when we were execs, Mac Mouse came to me and he was like, "Let's coordinate votes." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." And then
Yeah,
it was a double
yeah.
tie.
Yeah, and then
we're
what
talking
happened?
About, that was a fun vote. That was a fun vote. The one where Jared left. You're talking about?
Yeah, we were because
Yeah.
we were talking. We're like, we're gonna coordinate votes. So like,
Yeah,
we're
we
on-
That
Yeah,
was the
we had
start
fun
of an
then. It was
amazing
fun.
season.
That vote was horrible for me.
You really thought I was gonna vote Jared out? Come on.
I knew you weren't gonna vote Jared out, but
My favorite part was all
I
four
thought Mac
people.
was. I thought
All
Oh,
4 people messaged me that vote and said, "I'm voting to keep you." I'm like, and only one messaged me after saying, "By the way, I didn't vote to keep you." I'm like, I know.
Actually, that was actually one of my only lies.
What did the
That
votes
That was
was
one
go?
of my only lies.
It was Mac and Max who
No,
voted
there was a
me
lot where
out.
I was told I wasn't the target as well.
By me?
Yeah, by you. Don't worry, you're not the target.
I voted to keep you.
And then Ashley's like, Mac Mouse told me he wanted you out. I was like, are you serious?
The only reason I put Corey kind of low on my the last list Corey was in because someone told me not to trust you, but you probably would have been higher if somebody didn't do that.
Ooh.
Okay.
I trusted Corey so much. I shouldn't have.
Is everyone ready? Everyone ready for the votes?
You
All right. I'm gonna be typing them one by one in the Twitch chat. I mean, not the Twitch chat, the general chat.
Good luck to the final 2. You both deserve
Yes,
it.
good luck.
Thank you. Good luck, Kella.
Thanks, guys.
Good
yeah,
luck.
good luck, Mac. Thanks for the best alliance.
Good final 2. Good.
A dog that we're seeing on Jared's screen.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
drag.
Dragging his dog.
Yep, he's about to.
All right, we're gonna start.
Heat on speed dial.
We're gonna start with Jessica Coco, Jessica Koala. Jessica has voted for. Jessica Koala has voted for. Mouse to win. That is
That
one.
surprises me.
Oh,
That surprises me, actually.
Wait,
Mac.
where can I don't know.
That's straight from her blacklist. Yep. Straight from her blacklist. Oh yeah, I forgot she did that privately. Okay.
so did Lene. So
Yeah, Lene also did it privately.
Interesting. All right. Lene, speaking of Lene, has voted from her blacklist for Kella. 1 Mac, 1 Kella.
Wow.
Thanks, Lene.
I feel like this is gonna be so close.
Wherever you are.
Yeah,
Jared has voted for Mac to win.
Thanks, Jared.
2 Mac, 1 Kella.
Are you shocked, Katie? Why do you look so
Oh my
shocked?
god. Can't believe it.
Corey has voted for Kella to win. 2 Mac, 2 Kella.
Thank you, Corey.
Alright, let me just check off the ones that I revealed. Okay.
I just want to say I was swayed last second. So.
Yeah, mine was a big flip flop.
All right. So we've been going in eviction order so far. Let's reverse it around. Let's go backwards.
So be suspenseful. That's what you're doing.
So Jess has voted for Jess Toucan, Jess Nicole. Mac to win. So
I really enjoy hearing this just because it's my name. So I get so excited every time.
Oh my god, you won, McCracken.
So it's 3 Mac, and that's McMouse, not McCracken, and 2 Kel.
Did not have to clarify.
Sorry.
It wasn't necessary.
I'm sorry. Alright. Next up. Oh yeah, we're going in reverse order here, so Steve has voted
This was
for
really tough. Mine was also swayed at the very last second, but I was going back and forth the entire time.
Yeah, that final speech really, honestly.
Kella to win. 3
Jeez,
McMouse
thank
and 3
No problem.
Kella.
Whose vote was that?
That was Steve's.
He's keeping tabs.
He's making his block list
Nah, that's
Yeah. He's keeping this in mind for all
for
stars.
next time. Yeah.
All right. Next up is Max. Max has voted for.
So, wait a minute. Whoa.
This
What?
may tie.
This
I would
is,
tie.
that's what I was thinking about.
If it's a tie, it goes to social score. Max has voted for McMouse to win. It's 4 Mac, 3
Mac.
Kella. All right. Let's go.
Who's left?
We got Ashley, Katie, and McCracken left.
Ooh.
Let's go back. We'll go back to Ashley. All right.
Wait, is my vote gonna be last? Oh, no. Where's Katie's
You already
gonna
know who
be
wins, probably.
last? I hope
Ashley
it's
has voted for. Let me add players in there. I don't know why. Kella to win.
Thank you,
That is
Ashley.
4 Mac, 4 Kella.
Ooh, it's a
Oh
nail biter.
man.
What Jared say?
It's a
Nail
nail
biter.
biter.
Nail biter.
This is nail
Yeah.
biter.
Katie has voted for. Kella to win. That's
Oh.
5 Kella, 4
Wait, no.
Matt.
Why are we acting fake shocked there, Katie? That was shocking.
Really?
Katie's
So-
reactions are everything to me.
Katie's all the girl power. That was not good.
The last vote is McCracken. And
Oh my-
this could bring it to a tie, which would go to social score. So,
Mac knows
Kraken.
the winner.
has voted for.
I do.
I hope it ties. That'd be really interesting.
We know who wins
Kraken
the ties.
has voted for Kella to win,
Wow.
which means congratulations, Kella! You are the winner of Black Market
Thank
Season
you,
5.
guys.
That was the
Good job,
hardest
Kella.
vote. I literally said at the
Yeah.
beginning of jury questioning, I said, I'm voting for Mac to win no matter what. She shouldn't have brought him to final
Literally.
two.
I was the
That's
same
what
way.
I
was
thought
like,
too.
I was like, I'm voting for Mac, guys. I was like, I just feel like Mac deserves it. And then the
make me
questions
feel better,
came.
guys.
The questions came, and then I was like, oh wait, I think Kella deserves it.
I thought I killed the questions.
Rachel just sent 500 bits. Thank you so much, Rachel. Hell yeah, Kella. So proud of you, girl, she says. KJ, lots of numbers, said, let's go, Kella. Mitch said, congrats, Kella. And Paul also said, congrats, Kella.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks so much, everyone. And congrats, Kella, winner of Black Market Season 5.
You. This was the best. It was so fun.
Mitch says, welcome to Second Place Club, Mac.
Thanks, man.
Too soon, Mitch. Goodness.
Rachel said, Queen Kella. And Danny said, remember who stand you first. And Steve USA said, Kella stands. All right.
Oh, cute, you guys.
Oh, Max just gifted a bunch of subs. Thank you so much, Max. Wow, I appreciate it so much. 10 subs. Yes, our Max right here. Thank you so much. 10 subs. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
I must say that was a ridiculous vote to have to do. I wanted to vote for both.
Steve USA said, Kella is a hunk. Hunk capitalized. I don't know. You guys, we're here. We can talk it out. Talk out the season if you want. We'll stay on the stream and just talk if you want. Oh, yeah.
TRs were so shady this season.
Good point. Yeah, social score. Let me bring that up now.
I want to know if I'd made Final 3, if it wouldn't even have mattered. I'm just curious.
Yeah, let me just do that right now.
Man, I thought Jess was going to be on my side when Max got booted, unfortunately.
Well, it didn't make sense for Jess, I felt. Well,
No.
I guess it... well, knowing that Kella beat Mac anyways, I don't know what she should have done, but I was assuming that Kella was going to lose to Mac at Final 2, so she would bring Jess.
It was hard.
But then that jury questioning really sold me, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys keep saying the questioning, but can you guys tell me what I did wrong?
Well,
she did right, or she did right.
So, 2 things. One, I saw the flaws in your social game because I saw people were like actually kind of mad that you didn't talk to them, which I didn't think would actually be the case. So I saw like the real flaws there, and then also, I don't know. It was just something about, I don't know, the question answering.
Honestly, it's not even that you did anything wrong. I think just like Kella, like the way she explained how she played and like thinking that this is a social game, like, you know, I definitely had a better relationship with Kella. I wasn't worried about Kella, and you know, I think that like really sold me because she's right. Even if you did get eliminated, Mac, I don't think she would have been the next target. She was just in such a good spot.
Thank you, Ashley.
She played a really good game. So did you, Mac.
Yeah.
It was really hard to vote.
It was really hard, and like I think you both were super deserving. I know you probably don't like to hear that, Mac, but second place is very good. It is really good.
That's fine. It's just
That's fine.
It's just hard to hear that I lost in the questions. So.
I think these 2 players were in the final 2 tonight. Like, you guys both killed it this game.
Thank you.
Yeah, you both played really well.
Yeah. Mac, if it makes you feel any better, the questions are what made me vote for you.
Look at that.
I thought I absolutely destroyed the questions.
Yeah, because I was 100% thinking I was going Kella, and then your questions, I was like, okay.
That makes me
So
feel
that's
bad.
what swayed me.
Yeah, no, I actually didn't have anything wrong with your questions, Mac. I just like that Kella hit me up and talked to me for like most of the game.
Actually talked. Like that made it two-way thing.
And like I thought about it, and I think Ash has a point that like Kella was on people's minds, but I don't think anybody without Mac there, I think people would have been more willing to work with her. Without Kella, Mac would have just been on his own. So that was kind of just it for me.
But more people on day one told me they were worried about Kella than they were Mac. I mean, like a bunch of people, like Kella seems like super friendly, like a lot of, like she seems super nice, like yada yada yada, and like more people told me they were worried about you.
That was
So,
just me, or not just me. But
I also said that.
which is why you probably had a low social score your first day, is because they were
Yeah, I
worried about.
Should we reveal our day one list?
Yeah, sure.
My day one rankings were all over the place. Let's
I'm
go.
just updating the rankings real quick.
You should go first.
Alright, I had.
Remember, they're probably in a DM to Red, not a diagram.
Actually,
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna read
yeah.
you guys- I'm gonna read you guys my DR.
Oh, shoot.
Day one DR. Let's see. Day one, I have formed 5 solid bonds: Max, Mac, Jared, Kella, and Jess Nicole. I have a final 3 deal with Mac and Kella, a 4-person alliance with Kella, Jared, and Mac, and a side final 2 with Jess Nicole. I think Steve has a small army targeting me based on his interactions with me during Cesar's game. Haven't spoken to him yet. I want to see how the first night goes. My plan is to win comps, period, at all costs. I want to show my alliance I'm a strong asset, and I even told them I'll be their shield as long as they keep saving me. Alright, my list is Kella, Jared, Max, McCracken, Jess, Toucan, Ashley, Corey, Steve, Lene, Katie.
Okay, so I'll do my rankings first. Number 1, Corey. Number 2, Katie. Number 3, Jared. Number 4, Jess Nicole. Number 5, Mick Mouse. Number 6, Ash. Number 7, Steve. Number
You're
8,
a little
Kella.
snake.
Number 9, Max. Number 10, Jess K. Number 11, Lene. And then my DR. This is a good DR.
Oh my
this
god.
is my... I mean, so, I have a group called the 4 Elements with Jared, Corey, Katie. I have a group called the BM Brainiacs with Kella and Mac. I have a group with Max and Corey called the Black Market Winners. Not as a creative name wise. I have a group with Bitcoin, Jess, and Ash called the Fearsome Foursome.
So you were just with everybody.
And I
Okay.
said I am targeting Jess K and Lene because I haven't talked to them at all. That was my DR.
I don't know how I don't
remember
have my DR anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I deleted some of your DRs. Sorry about that.
My DR.
I screenshotted all of them though, so I can get them.
The Fearsome Foursome was actually goals.
I forgot about that. Oh. I guess it fell apart after Ash got eliminated.
She's gonna blame.
I don't know how well you can see that there.
Oh.
Max, you're everyone.
Can you see that well on the stream, or is it too small?
Wait, is someone talking? I can't hear anything.
Yeah,
I think Haven's talking on the stream.
Yeah, that is me. Oh, there we go. I can make it bigger. There we go.
Oh, that's interesting. Where am I?
Oof, my social score was trash.
Mine started off at 3.
Oh man, I wasn't winning anyway. My social score was bombed.
Yeah, your social score got bombed at the end there.
Okay, so I'm actually
Dude,
content.
good for a while.
So
Mine
just so
started off
we're
as
clear,
a
can't hear
Jess's
anyone.
best move would have been to keep me.
No!
My social score was -7.
She would have made it to 2. She wouldn't have, I don't know.
But she would have made it farther than she did.
Yeah, but that's not important, in my opinion. It's if
And
you're gonna win.
apparently Jess had a great game that she had a big note paper of strategy, so you never know.
I don't know. That was a good final 2. So.
Man, I barely had a positive score the entire game.
I shouldn't have put you so low at the beginning, but we didn't talk
Oh
at
yeah,
all at the
okay.
beginning.
Let's go through mine.
Yeah, I want to see
Uh,
mine too. Can we bring them back?
What? They're all there, or?
My DR.
Oh, your DR. Yeah. One sec.
Yeah.
Which
so-
one is 12?
Kella's score improved so much. Oh my god. It went from -4 to 8.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, this was my initial VR. It doesn't really say.
Because I started ranking Kella low, and then she moved way up on mine.
Yeah, she started gaining really quick.
That's crazy.
I started losing. I went from -1 to -8 right after my executive win.
I
What
want
a
to hear.
shot.
I want to hear Steve's DRs. Let's hear it.
Oh, okay. So I said, okay, so I'm honestly just gonna try and lay low for a little while. That didn't work. I have an alliance with Mac and Ashley, which are my main group. Definitely trust them the most. I then have a second group chat with Ashley, Jess, Nicole, and McCracken called the Fearsome Four. I don't trust McCracken at all. Other than that, I've talked to Corey, Lene, and Jared. MacMouse is definitely somebody on my radar. He scares me from Caesar's game. And then my ratings: 1 Ashley, 2 Max, 3 Jess, 4 Katie, 5 Jess, Coco, 6 McCracken, 7 Lene, 8 Corey, 9 Jared, 10 Kella, and 11 MacMouse.
Okay, so we were in the same ranking spots.
Yeah,
that's
no,
fine.
so I'm not too upset about it, but I love how we both were being very fake with each other.
Well, actually, we didn't message it all the first day, and I trusted you a lot more after the first day.
Yeah, I agree. I actually did trust you more after the first day. I started ranking you higher eventually, but it was too late at that point, I
I
guess.
think nobody was ranking me high. Literally.
That's actually untrue, Mac. There was
Oh.
for sure a week where you were ranked real high.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, my highest score was 3. So.
No, but like that doesn't matter. You were ranked like at the top of a social score once.
Yeah, there's probably a time where you jumped up a lot, but
I ranked
Honestly.
you number 1, the 3rd ranking.
Hey. I ranked Jess number 1, I think. A lot.
So I was
Jess like on my top for a while.
I ranked Katie high almost every single ranking. She never left my top 3.
I was worried the rankings were gonna get released, so I put Mac as my number 2 for like the first day.
Oh my god.
Me and Max, our alliance was so strange.
So bad. Didn't work.
Yeah, because Corey was the glue, and then Corey left, and I was like, okay, he hasn't talked
Then
in
you put
6
me out.
days. Yeah, because we hadn't talked in 6 days, and you had also voted me out. So I was like, okay.
I also thought like I knew they were confidential, but I thought they were getting posted somewhere. So I was like,
You
I
were
was gonna.
so scared of them getting posted. That
No,
was
like I wanted my DR to get posted, like because I was gonna try making people suspicious of others through my DR before I thought it was gonna go anywhere. So like my first DR after putting you second on my rankings was there's a reason Max Header says Alliance Ho. He's trying to work with everyone.
Okay, so really funny thing. So I knew I was getting caught onto when we were playing Survivor, me and Steve was like, I've gotten 6 different DMs saying you're working with everyone. I was like, okay, at this point I'm not. And also, what? So I was like, oh my god.
Oh man.
Like, Max was just like, and I think somebody else did too, but like I was getting like all of the group chats you were in. I'm like, man, I do not trust this little snake. But I ended up trusting you. I put you number 1, the 3rd ranking. I put you number 2, the 2nd ranking. So.
And I told you about all the group chats I was in, Steve. So I think that's probably why you trusted me. I would tell
did
you.
trust you.
Yeah, I
trusted
told Steve
you too.
everything too.
Yeah, that's why I trusted you guys. And I thought, wait, is Katie in here? No, Katie's gone. But I thought I was really good with Katie, and that's why I put her in my top 4. And then she didn't put me on the board. I'm like, well, and I dropped her the entire rest of the game. So.
I mean, Katie and I had an alliance, but I honestly wasn't sure if she would put me on the board.
And she did. She put in that entire group chat on the board, didn't she?
Yeah, and you knew about the group chat, so I'm guessing you weren't surprised.
Oh yeah, I wasn't surprised. Katie, I was Katie's coach at the time, so like I didn't really talk to her as much as I should have. So I was like, oh, we're good. I'm her coach, and that didn't really help.
No, but remember, Katie actually said, or which one of it? I don't know which one it was, but one of you was like, he said that we never talk, but I'm literally her coach or something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah. Well, like
which way it was, I don't remember, but
yeah, no, yeah. I was Katie's coach, and I honestly thought I wasn't talking. Okay, maybe because I was talking to like Max and Ashley like basically all day about this game, that maybe it seemed like I wasn't talking to Katie a lot. I didn't think so.
Well, I mean, Max, Steve, and I still talk a lot.
Yeah.
The bloodbath was the weirdest like situation for me, honestly. My DR that day was just like,
why would that be?
because me and Jared and Katie were a three that was like really tight from Caesar's game, and then I was also really tight with Steve and Ash. So I was like, there's two people on both sides. Jared can't play. Jared's gonna be a big threat later. Is really connected. We can get a concentrated effort to get him out tonight. So me and Katie both decided.
Oh, that was perfect. I was so glad when Jared.
Me and Katie both threw that comp too. Even though Ash did an amazing job.
I was so surprised that you all chose like allies to be on your branches, because like, I don't know what I would do in that case.
Okay, so Jared picked me, and I was like, hey Jared, like why did you pick me? You think I can't win?
I missed that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I don't even remember what he said.
Oh, that was they were going at it in their DMs. That was great.
And then I was like, okay, well, he was questioning why I picked Steve. He was like, well, he must be your number one since you picked him. And I was like, nah, he's a bigger target than me.
Yeah, so that one I was just like, I can't win this no matter what. And then I'm still mad about my board that I chose for my exec. I think it was good.
It's so funny that you and Katie threw it, because like I
didn't know that.
I had a feeling you were gonna do that because you didn't want to be the one to take the shot at Jared. But like
that was the exact reason.
I was so
I was so ready to make that move on Jared.
I was telling Jared in the DMs, I was like, Jared, you're gone. Like, sorry, like it was nice knowing you. Like, and then they said it was the tie.
Oh my god, the tie annoyed me. I suspected it might happen, but still it annoyed me. I was like, thank God I've been ranking him low, at least.
Oh yeah, I bombed his score after he didn't put me on the board. I'm like, this man's a snake. I'm not falling
Not only did he not put you
anymore.
on the board, he nominated you.
Yes, yeah, that too.
And I saved you. You would have had votes against you that week.
I know, and I appreciate that. Like, I was never like really against you. I thought you betrayed Ashley because Katie told me you betrayed Ashley. So then I ranked you low because of that.
Yeah.
Katie thought I betrayed Ashley too. She's like, did you do it? I'm like, no. I told you, it's not me.
God, this was so like just nice.
Yeah. That was so. From the production side, even that was confusing even from production side, because everyone's like, what happened? And everyone was so confused, and we were confused why everyone was confused. And
I was so angry.
We were just waiting on Jess's DR. Like,
I can't send screenshots, and I was like, I need to send. I'm like,
the only person I trusted that didn't do it was Steven, obviously. But Jess, I really didn't think it was Jess either. But like,
I told her after she was gone, and then I got eliminated. She's like, okay, you can tell me the truth now. I'm like, I promise you, it wasn't me.
And even in my DR, I was like, that is the toughest thing that I had to do, because up until that point, you were ranked number one for me every time, Ashley. I mean, you were number one, and in my DRs the whole time, I was like, Ashley's my girl, Ashley's my girl, Ashley's my girl. But then I got pulled into the Avalanche branch, and in order to earn trust with them, I had to, because they were the target. Kella and Mac was the target that night, and I needed them at that point, so I had to throw that to at least earn some trust there with them.
Jess, you played a good game. Like, I didn't appreciate it as much, but now that I'm hearing you talk about it, you definitely played a really good game. Just like
my favorite thing I did, I was trying so hard to stop Steve from getting social points because I thought we were going to be out the block against each other, which we were, and I stopped him from getting like the 2 points for nominating Kella by being a rogue vote.
Oh, I was so And then Katie actually threw you under the bus. Katie said you did that on purpose, and I was like, ooh, well, thanks, Mac.
Well, see, I was confused about that too because when we left the chat, it was supposed to have been Mac and.
So I'll
and
tell you
Max.
what happened there.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I told everyone to vote Mac and Max. A few people have told me they're voting Kella. A few people have told me they're voting Kella so they can get the rogue votes. I'm like, I'm not letting that happen because I'm gonna probably be against them at one point on the block.
I should have told you. I was literally just doing that so I didn't blindside you, and then you just used it against me.
I mean, I feel like my feelings were most hurt by you, Jess. Like, you were the one who, like, came in my DMs, like, oh, this must be why they did it, X, Y, and Z, these are the reasons.
Jess is a mastermind.
Yeah, and I was like...
Well, she didn't think you were gonna go because of it, that's probably why.
No, I honestly didn't think you were gonna go. I had no idea. Like, I thought they would take a big shot, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, to be fair, it didn't matter because Mac ended up winning the VP, so she would have just been put on the block anyway. So
yeah, exactly. It ended up not mattering at all, but still, I mean, it really hurt to do it.
It hurt my feelings because you were always ranked high. Like, I was just so blindsided. Like, whoever it was, I was blindsided because I thought I was close with all of you.
I should have put you on the board, but then again, I needed to keep Katie safe. I didn't know she wasn't with me again.
That was the most confusing like time in this game for me was when we all decided on the same two people, and then like there was gonna be rogue votes on Mac, and then all of a sudden Mac's not on there and Ashley's on there. I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened?
The Ashley vote confused me so much because I was like, okay, there's no way Jess doesn't vote Mac M. For some reason, I was just so confident she was gonna vote Mac M. Yeah, so I was like, okay. So this way it'll be Kella, Mac M, and Max, the 3 targets I have this week. And it just got so messed up because of all the rogue votes.
Yeah, I was like sitting there with Mac, Kella, and Mac now. And I was like, how am I with these people right now? And then when it came back, I was on the block. I was like, oh, I'm screwed. Because I'm obviously not supposed to in the day.
So Mac Mouse and Max all knew that I did that. They knew that they knew I was gonna do it before I did it, and they actually keep that quiet. They didn't tell anybody. Nobody else knew that.
Told. I just guessed from all the votes I was told. Because Steve and Katie both told me how they voted beforehand. So I was like, oh, it must be Jess or Steve, and I don't think Steve did it.
Well,
yeah. So it just had to be Jess. I had to choose between Katie lying and the gut instinct of Jess.
I just found out from Max, like right before you admitted to it, I believe.
Well, no. What happened was as soon as I got eliminated, I told you, and then you're like,
"What happened to Corey's social score from round 2
I'll
to
tell
3?
You,
why did it drop so much?"
Ranked him 9 or last twice in a row. After ranking him first.
Crazy.
Well,
Jess
I ranked him
been
first,
out.
and then I ranked him 9 twice, or last, like.
Yeah.
This is so
It was
interesting.
because I was trying to tank the score before Final 3. I was doing it way too early, to be fair.
I disagree completely, Mac. You should be thinking about that from day one.
Thank you. Nobody else was doing it with me though, so I was angry.
That's not necessarily true. Also.
I want to see my PR so bad.
I sent some screenshots to you, Ashley.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was really happy with the game I was playing at the beginning. It got messed up whenever Corey left and the tie won. Because if
having had access to reading along with all of y'all's games, they were all really, really solid. Jess was the one I was most excited about reading her DRs because, like you all pointed out, like you didn't know what was going on. I did. I was like,
I respect
there's a point
Jess
of production where it's like, I don't have favorites, I don't have favorites, I don't have favorites. I have a favorite.
Read my DR.
I loved Jess's game. I wanted to vote for her in the end so badly. I was saying that I was arguing everyone in the jury chat. I was arguing everyone in the jury chat. I'm like, I am voting for Jess if she's in the end. And they're like, she should have taken Steve. I'm like, no, she shouldn't have. I was arguing.
But she should have. The score would have worked.
What?
Yeah, the score would have worked, but I thought
Yeah.
Mac's score was lower than mine.
I did too.
I thought it was going to be me, Kella.
I also was positive Kella was going to vote Mac M low. I was so confused why she didn't. But it worked out for her, so it's okay. And
Yeah,
she
it
probably
did.
actually would have lost to Jess, now that I think about it. So it was the better move for her.
Yeah, man, Jess, I'm just like,
If I was
Wow.
Jess, though, I could take full credit for all of the Mac and I moves that I had to share with him.
I mean, it worked. I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna vote for you, Kella. Totally sold me on your gameplay.
Yeah, I pretty much had my mind made up for the final two speeches, and I was like thinking about
I had
it.
my mind made up until I think someone came back. I think until Corey came back. I was like, okay, there's been 5 people here that are all saying the same thing. I was like, this is interesting. So, if it made this many people won't think that way. It was really close. Because
Yeah, that was
if you go to the
crazy.
jury chat, as soon as Kella took Mac M, I said, where is it? Kella didn't rank Mac lowest. I'm voting Mac. LMAO. That was a bad move. That's what I said.
I can't believe how low my score was. Like,
I really thought Max was a lot lower, though.
Mac Mouse. Am I cracking?
I thought it would
Mac
balance
Mouse.
out. If Kella and Mac put me at the bottom and Max and Jess didn't, I thought it would balance out, but it didn't at all. It plummeted my score.
So can I?
I think you got put in.
Like,
What's
in
up?
hindsight, it's hilarious.
Sure.
Oh, sorry. Andrew.
So Mac Mouse hit me up today saying he has no alliances. Said he begged Jared to take him off the block. He wants to get out now since he was exec yesterday. I told him he's safe if I'm exec, but do I actually mean it? Probably not. And then my rankings were Steve first, then Mac, then Jess, then Katie, then Corey, then McMouth, Kella,
I was that low.
Lene, and Jared was last. Jared was always last.
Ooh, wait, that's interesting. Show us the graph.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna show you that real quick. Just have to fix the range.
Who was like so high up then plummeted? Was that,
That was
Kella?
me.
Oh, no, that was
me, I think.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
I
was
got it
Jess.
to like 14, and then you guys kept on ranking me low.
Was I red? I was red, yeah, I think.
That was so high, Jess. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Jess,
It was a heck of a special game.
you were robbed,
No
Jess.
idea. I was rocking it, and then yeah.
You were robbed. 100%. I think me and you were both robbed.
Wait, I want to see that graph again.
I'm sending it right now.
Yeah.
It's in the
I'd love to see
Discord.
everyone's scores.
Would you rather have the graph up on the stream or the score
Keep
like
the
this?
scores up, and then we can see the graph on the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, who's pink? Lene. Oh, Lene.
Hey, McCracken.
Yeah.
So you said I was your target, and the next day you put me as like your number 2 on your rankings. Why did you do that? I'm just confused by that.
So I assumed your score was low. I was literally just evening out my rankings every day. I was trying to even out everyone's social score. So like my social scores, my rankings were so weird. One day I'd put Steve at the top, and then the next day I'd put him at the very bottom, just so he got a net of 0 from me, basically.
Thanks. I already was getting pummeled by other people.
Also, no, but it
clearly.
was a good thing though, because if I, you know that like how bad do you want it comp, it would have worked out perfectly for me, because I put you at the bottom for that one. So if I had gotten that, like, put the lowest person on your board fast, alright, if you get it fast enough to put the lowest person on your board, it was you who I wanted on my board. So I was like, this is perfect. But then it was unfortunate. Because that comp was so annoying to me. I was like, there's no way Mac will just release all of his scores for no reason.
Why
like
do you
especially
think he has no shame? Of course he was going to.
Oh, I was winning that comp no matter what.
I was
I
so
knew
close.
that. When he was at the top for all of them, I'm like, oh, that's it.
No, I was at the top for the first one, and then I messed up.
Yeah, you didn't get to compete at the VP comp, but I felt so bad.
I was so scared.
Yeah, that sucks.
I liked that comp though. I was really sad I didn't get to compete in it.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I like that one.
I like that Katie had a worse score than me. That's good to know.
Yeah, Katie was doing a lot worse than I thought she was, and I'm kind of sad because I would have worked with her more if I'd known that she was on everyone's good side like I thought she was.
Can we just talk about how we had all these word comps after I was eliminated, and like that's like my comp?
Oh shoot, I'm sorry.
Also,
I wish you could have seen how shaky my hands were for that.
You guys
for
should
that
have seen my face. Because when Katie got eliminated, I knew she was getting eliminated. I was like, okay, finally I'll be at the top of someone's blacklist. This is a person I betrayed like 3 alliances for to put her on top of the board, and people got so mad at me. I'm like, I'm actually gonna be on a good spot with the blacklist for once, and then I got 4th in the blacklist. I was like, what's happening? I literally like messaged her. I was like, what? That was the reason I got out. I was like, are you kidding me?
The way I freaking brought Mac all the way up on his social score.
Yeah, you were definitely holding him up, I think.
Yeah.
I also had him high. I did have Mac high.
I started putting him at the top near the end because I thought his score was so bad.
That's
yeah, I think a lot of people did that, and that raised his score a lot. And then.
Oh man.
That's
he
what I
did
was
play a really
thinking.
good game. That was so hard to vote.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He was 1 vote away from a tie where he would have won.
I know.
And he would have won because I ranked him so high on the last.
Like I was saying, you should have voted. Yeah. I almost didn't vote for you just because you didn't take Jess. That was literally like the only reason. I was so close. I was like, no.
This is killing me. Just
Mac.
tell me how close I was.
It was so close.
Man.
Could be worse. Mitch lost in an actual tie.
Yeah, he did.
Last
Oh,
season.
man.
Nah,
Mitch.
I'm
That
glad.
sounds like Mitch luck.
I'm fine. I'm glad Killer won, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
Although
you guys
I
are the most
wish-
obvious final 2 in the game. Everyone knew it the entire time, and no one
wish
could
you
do
guys-
anything.
I wish you guys
Actually-
could see our DMs today. I won't
So-
expose her.
It's interesting because like Black Market is not a game that a 2-person alliance should steamroll. Like it's actually super impressive that.
Yeah.
It was the just complete controlling of the votes that you
Uh,
guys
I
had
was-
every episode.
I-
Because you guys were either on the board because each other won, or neither of you were on the board because everyone's like, oh, we're not putting either of them on the board. But then you ended up winning the VP, so you were both safe. So then you
Yeah.
controlled every single vote. It was so frustrating.
Yeah, that's true.
But I was okay with it because I was in a final 3 with not final 3, but I was in a group of 3 with y'all. So I was like, at least I'll know where the vote's going most of the time. Because you guys wouldn't just like not tell me. That would just look bad on your parts. So like, okay, at least I'm not gonna be out of the loop. I was really surprised about Max and Steve final 2. Not really surprised, but like more like I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Me and Max had a final 2 like since day 1, and I was never like I always trusted Max, but like it always scared me that like he was so good with everybody. I was like, I feel like this guy's gonna betray me eventually. I just had like a really bad feeling about it, but I trusted you at the same
I
time.
can relate. I can relate.
Yeah,
But
it was
you
too good to be
didn't
true about Max.
information. Like I told everything back to you.
Yeah,
And
I
it
had the
has
same
to-
thing with you. That's why I trusted you. But like, it was too good to be true. Like I'm like, why is like social guy? Why is he my final 2?
So did you all share information between each other that you didn't share with me?
Yes.
Yeah,
think of
I'm
it
sure
as-
there was. I don't know. Like, I didn't get a lot of information from anybody. Like, nobody was really not giving me anything.
So I guess what I shared with Steve about you, Ashley, I was like, I think Ashley thinks I was the flip vote, which good for you, I was, but you weren't supposed to know. And I was like,
Well, yeah,
I don't
mean,
think
it was pretty obvious.
And she went to me and said
You
the same
for a
thing.
second actually, you're like Katie's the one that flipped. I'm like, no, she is not.
No, but
You're
like,
yeah, I'm like, I know it was Mac.
Katie couldn't vote. Katie couldn't vote. It was me, Steve, Max, and McMouse.
For which vote?
The bloodbath.
Oh no, I didn't vote. I was on the board.
Katie could vote. Katie could vote. I promise you. Because you were telling me Katie flipped.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah, Katie voted. Katie voted.
That's what I also put you up because like, why are you just lying to me here? I didn't realize you just believed Max.
But no.
I thought you were just lying to me.
I trusted Max that night, but then I slept on it, and I was like.
That's why you don't sleep.
And he admitted to me he lied to me about the Corey vote. So I was like, okay, well if he's lying to me about the Corey vote, he's probably lying to me about the Jared vote. But he didn't admit that to me at the time.
My favorite part was that I was like, why is she just lying? Because you admitted it later, but at first you were like, yeah, it must have been Katie who flipped. I'm like, I don't think so. Because she was literally planning with me how to get Jared out.
But like, I trusted Max right there, like just right behind Steven. Like I really, like, he thinks I, like he ruined my trust. But like honestly, I was gonna stay with Max.
But you would have taken Steve further, so you still needed to go.
Oh,
in my book.
absolutely. I'm not denying that. But like, it was still pretty early in the game.
Yeah.
Who were you up
I would
against,
have gotten
Ashley?
She was up against Max. It was on my exec. And only me, Kella, and Mac were the voters, so I was like, oh, there's no way she stays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what needed to happen was Kella, Mac, and Max all needed to be nominated at the same time. And then...
That was crazy that didn't happen, honestly. I know we've talked about it, but...
Well, yeah,
it was so stupid.
When we were in the chat together, like waiting to see who was going up, we were like, we're all going up. Like, there's no way we're not all going up.
Well, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen, but then Mac ended up just fading by somehow.
So what happened there was so silly because I was still thinking Jess was gonna vote for Mac, for sure. Not gonna vote for Ash, because I was like, we're in a 4 with them. Doesn't make sense. But when she didn't, I was like, oh crap. So I was just trying to stop. I was fine with Jess getting social points because at the time she was the lowest, and I was fine with because she would have like gotten the social points from voting for Mac. I didn't want Katie or Steve to get the social points because I figured I was gonna be on the block against one of them soon enough.
And you were. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. I'm glad I sent Katie out and not you. I was so happy. That's exactly why I kept doing it, because your social score. But looking at Katie's, hers wasn't really any better.
It was worse actually.
Was it worse?
Yeah, it was worse. Mine never dropped below 12.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel kind of bad. I wish he was here because I'd like to talk to them about it. It was a hard decision. Literally, me and Kella were talking literally to the last second. We were trying to decide.
If you had voted me out there, I would have been mad. I would have been really mad.
I owed you something. I owed you because you saved me twice, so like I can't vote him out.
I really did save you
But
twice.
that day, that moment on, I was going to be loyal to you, just so you know. I
know you were, but I was still annoyed that you didn't put me on your board after I'd already saved you with the exec.
I know. I couldn't. I just couldn't. Like, I just felt like that was gonna put a big target on my back if I had.
You already had one.
I mean, I got to Final Four, so it must have been not big enough. I won an executive, I won a VP, so like I did everything I could. I'm happy with that.
To get you out, Steve. So I feel like you were one of my big targets.
Well, I'm honored because you were one of my targets as well. So.
In my DRs, I had 2 years to go.
Yeah, exactly. I knew you were playing a good social game. I knew the entire time. I was like, Mac is playing this competitive side, and Kella's doing the behind-the-scenes work. I just couldn't do anything about it. And then I fucked up the Tetris-looking one, and I accidentally blocked off Max instead of you.
We had a plan.
Oh, I know. I was selfish.
That was a good win for me. For real.
I was selfish because like if I had blocked off,
You wanted to win, but like if you had cut her off, like I would have won.
I know. If I cut off Kella, I would have been out. But I wouldn't have won. But I wanted to win, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try. But then I fucked over Max by trying to do that. So
yeah. Saying we're gonna target Kella, but then you went the other direction. So I was like, what the heck is going on? At this point, I'm just gonna quit because I don't know what.
Oh, I know. Gosh.
And Jess was like, I threw it. I didn't want to mess you up. I'm like, Jess.
No, I didn't. But I quit there at the end because I, again, didn't want to show my cards of who I was really working with. So
at the point time, you should. There's 4 people left.
But I still was relying on my social score. Like, I thought I was okay. I thought, because I was told that I had the second highest social score.
But that changes so easily. All it takes is like.
Wait, you had the second highest social score?
Yeah.
My blacklist.
You told me you were the third highest. That's interesting.
I know. I told I had the third, but it was really the second. And the only one that I told the truth to was Max.
Max or Mac?
Max. She told me.
Why did you tell Max?
And Max was the one with the highest at the time.
Max was the highest, so
Yeah.
I told him.
And Mac ranking me lowest is what screwed me over.
Yeah.
It was literally just for that reason. I was like, I'll give y'all a leg up because he should win. If you can get him out with this score, good luck.
I don't know if I would have won. Like Mac and Kella both played a fantastic game.
Well, no, because I don't know. Jared was very set on voting for you and campaigning for you a lot when you were in the game. Like he was doing it in like different group chats I was in that like weren't black market related at all. He was,
me?
Yes, he was talking about how good a game you were playing as I was talking about black market.
I thought he was like rooting for Mac the whole way.
I think he was rooting for you and then Mac. I don't know.
Okay.
I couldn't tell. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Peace, everyone. It was fun playing this. I'm
Yeah.
glad I did it. I would totally play again.
Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you all for playing. Thank you. It was an awesome season. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun for me too. Hope it was fun for you all as well.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. It was.
So good to get you.
It was crazy.
Restart.
It was a crazy season. It definitely was. The scores have never been that crazy either. Just looking at it, like they were just, I don't know, insane.
I know. I feel like nobody was safe.
Yeah, everyone was playing those rankings. Like, there's usually a couple people that are like thinking kind of meta with the rankings. I feel like everyone was, and that's why the scores were just all over the place this time. And
it just never went negative. That's really impressive.
Yeah, that is impressive.
I think you're the only one. Oh, and Corey.
Oh yeah.
Score without winning anything. Let's just say that too.
No, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Dang.
Also, another thing with Jared and Corey that day, both of them had the higher social score before the rankings. So the rankings flipped both of those ties.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Jared winning that executive really messed up his game.
Yeah. Wait, the one before that. Oh yeah, and then he couldn't play in the bloodbath either. That sucked.
Oh, that was perfect.
I mean, I was here for it.
Yeah, because you ended up winning that puzzle, and the puzzle didn't work on my phone. I mean, it worked, but it didn't work very well.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out I don't know what was wrong with that. I don't know what was happening. Because it works fine on
I wonder
mine.
if my phone's old. Because, like, whenever I try to drag a piece, it would, like, move the whole screen.
Mine too. That's what mine kept doing.
That's weird.
Yeah. I liked that challenge, though. And like I was telling Max, what I like about the challenges you come up with, because, like, I feel like most orgs, it'll be like, oh, here's a game you play by yourself and send us your best score, and whoever wins the best score is, like, you know, the HOH. With yours, I feel we were always competing against each other, so I really liked that, honestly.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we were talking about that. It was just like
there was
me.
like no way to like cheat or rig it or anything like that. It was just like
Right.
It was just
all were
competing
playing
against each
live
other.
with that.
Yeah, it felt like
Yeah.
a competition, honestly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
that-
cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I tried to make all comps like live competitions like that, and where you're like competing against each other. I think that's better. Yeah, because like when it's just a high score and you're screenshotting, like who know, like you could fake it and stuff. I don't know. You
Yeah.
get someone else to do it, and also it's just more fun on the
Exactly.
stream to watch you all doing it. You know.
Exactly, especially
Yeah.
the Jackbox are a lot of fun. But Jackbox
Yeah.
is so flawed because the last round is basically what just decides it all. So like it really doesn't matter until the final round for most of those.
Yeah, that's true too.
Are we still streaming?
Yeah, we're still streaming. We still got
Oh, well,
viewers.
then fine. Then this can be on the stream. Like, if Hayden wants me and Isaiah to still be on production, I think that in
Oh, yeah.
the next season or seasons, there might even be some more fun comps. We want like Jackbox is fun, but I
Yeah.
agree. Like Jackbox ends up being a little random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the final round thing. Yeah.
Jackbox just goes down to the last round.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was fun.
Trust me, Steve Moe is still probably a little upset about me winning a comp in season 2 that he thought he was going to win. But even before we started Espionage, I messaged them and said, y'all, Espionage is going to come down to the very last question.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing with the Jack one.
You don't know
that,
Jack?
that trivia one.
Yeah.
I was in the head. I was ahead for most of it, and then Kella just at the very end.
Yeah. Those last questions are hard though.
Rockin' though on one of them too.
Yeah. Trivia Murder Party. That one's a little bit more balanced, but the ghosts have quite the advantage for that one.
Just do Simon Says like Katrina's.
Oh heavens, that was a mess.
I
swear to
I was watching. I saw you like go against it. I was like, I hope no one noticed. I hope no one noticed that. And they're like,
they snitched on me. They snitched because they didn't want me to win.
yeah, they're like, cause was it the thumb thing? Cause they're like,
Okay, yeah, it was like put up 5 fingers, and I did it for a second, and then I put it back, and I even like visually like face palm, but no one noticed.
yeah, I noticed because I was watching you because like you're the only one I was supporting on that, and I was like,
Yeah.
other than the other
Okay,
Steve.
all I'm saying is they were very bad at that because there was times where like you had to like snap. I swear I saw people stop snapping, and then when they would start back up, when they told them to stop, like
Tough
it was not
competition.
the most. Yeah, and that water challenge, I thought that was a good idea, but very not balanced at all.
So I asked a couple people this. Is anyone applying for Caesars?
I've already done it.
He doesn't take
I
return
can't
plus.
do any more orgs till I don't know for a while.
I know.
I said
The break is a really smart idea.
Yeah, if I won this one, I was gonna quit for a while.
I said I was gonna be done after this, but I'm like I hate losing, and I need to win an org before I can feel content with myself.
I know. I get so close. It's my second, 4th place.
Shoot.
It's tough to win these
Fifth place
orgs.
is the Stu Hawk position. Don't worry about it. 4th place is when they take out all the good people.
Thank you.
Take out all the good Steves in 4th place all the damn time.
Like I was
I went 4th last time, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That 4th is the best spot then.
like I was saying earlier, like anyone past like in my opinion, like final 10, like anyone played a good enough game to win. Like it just
I agree.
all it took was just like one thing to go a little bit different, and like anyone in my opinion played good enough to win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
everyone
I
everyone
agree.
played really, really well, I think. It was you were all gaming in the DRs. It was fun.
Oh, I was so excited to be a part of this because I'd applied for like season 3 and 4. So I was like, oh, I'm in finally. I'm gonna play hard. I'm so happy I actually made it pretty far.
Dang,
Yeah.
Hayden's played 5 seasons and he hasn't won yet. That sucks.
Yeah, maybe next time.
I wanted to play so bad, but I was so scared, and I literally sent in my application with 6 minutes left.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I think I had like a half an hour or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot you both were. Yeah, you both were definitely the last to apply.
actually
Thanks for casting us.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for like DMing me and being like, "Hey, I noticed you applied for season 3 and 4. You should apply again."
Yeah.
Aw, cute.
Yeah, I really appreciated that because I had missed it. I didn't even
Yeah,
know
of course.
you were casting.
I almost didn't apply because I just didn't feel like I had the energy to play in an org.
Yeah, it's a lot of energy
know.
for sure.
Like I
But I'm
just
still there.
I love this like I love being on camera. I love the whole like live streamed aspect, and I actually don't really have that much fun with those like non-live stream orgs now. Like
I didn't think I would like being on camera. I mean, it's not my favorite thing that I do.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was like better. Like you could create better relationships.
Adds such a different element too. I think, right? Like it's fun. Like it's fun to see people's facial reaction. Like there was a day, thank God, that my camera was off last season because my eyes were rolling every 2 seconds, and I knew that it was happening. But I thought my camera was on. I was like, oh, thank God, it's not.
So I like it. It's more like personal to actually see the people you're playing up against.
Yeah, definitely.
Kella,
Oh, no.
Kella, you look stressed, and whenever you were nominated in a VP comp, you always look like you're about to cry.
No, okay, so I think my resting face is like concerned, kind of.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you look so
I've
sad,
never,
like she's
like,
about to
really
cry.
cried.
Yeah.
Ella was a good side eye too. Like when I ranked Mac higher at that last blacklist, she was like,
That's awesome.
"Dude, not me. I want to work with you."
I'll work with anyone I play this with. You can say that on the stream.
Yeah, I'll work with you, but I'm also gonna backstab you.
Oh yeah, now I know what.
You pay
Yeah,
that.
you want to think.
Don't trust Max.
I'm like, is Max playing in this? I don't want to be a part. You.
Why?
Because you just said you would
backstab me.
Oh shoot.
This is
I'm just saying, had you not, like, I love you, Steve, but I knew Kella before this. Had you have not like aligned with like Mac so early, I would have wanted to take you to final 2, just because like you were the person I talked to the most before this game.
Yeah.
But I realized that you and Mac were so close. I was like, I have to lean more on Steve's side.
Yeah, no, I
Fair.
mean, honestly, like, we had our mutual friend Danny, and I feel like that was an unbreakable bond.
Yeah, that's
But
kind of how
I
I
definitely
got.
felt bad about it because we knew each other before.
Yeah, I trusted Cassie a lot, even though me and Cassie have voted against each other multiple times in Orgs. We've never been on the same side, but I trusted her.
You
gonna
gotta
say-
be ready to screw anybody over. The end.
I would not fully trust anybody here ever in any competition. Period.
Trustworthy if like you're, you know, if you're on my good side. I mean, I was actually the most loyal in this game. I'll be honest.
Like I will have like some level of trust with you, but like I will never fully trust anybody.
What about me,
Good
Max?
to know.
What about you? Especially not-
Matt, you're scary in every game I've had to play with you.
I also wanted to work with you. Like you, Kella, and Steve were like my 3 because I knew Kella and Mac before this game, and like Steve, like I heard a bunch of good things about him. You just backstabbed. I can't trust you after you backstabbed me. But I'll try.
Oh, I was so surprised when Keller said she wanted you out. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Honestly, it was your social score being so bad, though, Steve. Like, where it was like, oh, he's a goner at 3.
You know, I didn't know how. I didn't know how low my score actually was until like it revealed. I was like, oh dang.
I thought,
and I talked to everybody except Mac. Mac Mouse I didn't talk to at all, but he didn't talk to me, so we had a mutual understanding there.
I really thought your score could have you could have increased your score enough not to get the final 3 cut, Steve.
I wouldn't have, or I would have.
I thought you could have. I thought it was possible. I think what happened at the last second, Jess switched her rankings so that Mac wasn't on the bottom anymore.
No, I switched it to where Mac was on the bottom.
Is there another recount?
Another recount?
Did Jess get Steve Harvey too?
No. Either way, that it wasn't a tie between them.
I didn't really feel trust Kella because I had a feeling.
No, you switched it to Kella on the bottom.
Yeah, I put Kella on the bottom. Steve won. Yeah.
Why?
I kind of felt bad about.
Why would you do that?
Because I thought Kella. I don't know. I don't know.
Crazy.
I felt so bad not putting you first, Jess. I was like, we're here.
But yeah, if it had stayed with Mac on the bottom, then Mac would have lost more points, and you might have been higher at that point. But then the next ranking, the final 3 rankings killed you. Then after that,
I feel better knowing that I would not even made final 2. So
yeah,
I'm content with leaving at final 4 rather than getting my hopes up for final 3.
I'm not content with leaving.
I was prepared.
I was so upset when they told me. I was like, oh no.
That was crazy.
Like 2 minutes before they did you, and I was just sitting there shaking the whole time. Like, please just go ahead, pull the Band-Aid off, tell him. I hope he's not mad at me.
Honestly, all respect to you, that takes a lot of self accountability to go back and fix that. I wouldn't had we found out later down the road that I had a lower social score and maybe I won, I wouldn't have felt right about it because at that point in time it's not deserved. So I'm glad that you did catch it and you did the right thing there. As much as it sucks being eliminated, but it was the right thing to do.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really tough. But yeah, I figured if you had won and then but you didn't but you were actually supposed to be eliminated, and if you ever found out, you probably wouldn't have felt good about it, And
yeah, if I want to win, it's because I outplayed everybody.
Yeah, and yeah, it would have been so much easier to just pretend it didn't happen.
Ignored it. Right.
Yeah, it was hard, but I definitely think you did the right thing.
Well, thank you. I
Also, in terms of marketing, it helped get people interested for sure yesterday.
Yeah, that's true too. No.
I think Hayden did it on purpose.
That wasn't the reason, but I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, I guess no press is bad press, or whatever. What's the phrase?
I wonder how it would have went down though, because Jess wouldn't have been there to win the executive. So who would have won the executive? Well, she wouldn't have been able to sit there on the same goddamn puzzle for 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, you just kept getting the good spins too.
I knew it as soon as a few letters into Jess is oh, I know this. I hope it's gonna come to me and I got it. And she just kept getting the letters. I'm like, oh, no.
You guys keep seeing Mac's face when I kept stealing the points from him.
Oh, that was so funny.
He was so mad. He's like, you can steal from Steve too. I was like, but I don't
want to. Oh man. How much did you have in the end? 26,000 or something?
That was crazy.
Oh, that was crazy.
I have the worst luck with that stupid wheel.
It's Jess Toucan.
Just Toucan.
I always called you Just Toucan in the diary, even though the first Jess got voted out right away.
I never called anybody.
Because I was like, now I'm the only Jess.
I know. And we were stuck with both Macs for a while.
I never called anyone by their nicknames. I would just when Jess Koala was here, I'd say Jess K and then Jess. And then when Mac and Mac M were here, it was Mac and Mac M. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't call people their nicknames.
Yeah, I know. It was my favorite one to say was McCracken though. I just
Oh, I love McCracken. It just rolls off the tongue so good.
yeah.
I
And
hated Maxwell at first, but then I loved it.
yeah, that was a
Oh,
fun
Max-
one.
Like, is that
Maxwell.
did you just call me fat?
Maxwell.
It was too. It was so close to
My
Maxwell.
phone
I
would
had
not
to.
stop auto-correcting Mac and Max and all of this.
I know,
Oh,
I couldn't
gosh.
handle it.
My phone knows my name. It
One
started
is otherwise.
Mac.
Okay, you guys, I have to go.
I
But
do too.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
congrats on winning, Kella.
Yeah, congrats, Kella.
thank you guys. Thank you so much. Really,
Bye.
really much.
Adios.
Thank you, Hayden. Thank you, production. Thank you.
Yeah, of
everyone.
course.
Okay.
Bye.
guys.
Bye. Congrats.
All right, guys.
Guys,
All right.
That was
It was
the
good.
hardest decision, and you know, that was really difficult.
I didn't think that, like, they both played great. Like I said multiple times, like, I think they played the best 2 games. Like, I just don't like having been with them the entire time. Like, Matt called the shots. Like, personally, I just felt like Mac did play better, but they both played great.
yeah. I think that's why I went with Mac too, like being how we were, aligned with them in the Avalanche branch, seeing what he was doing as opposed to what she was doing. That's really what swayed me.
That's interesting. I don't know. I don't think Mac really sold his game as well. He kind of was just saying like, I called the shots, but he never really
Said what
said
that
examples
was.
how. So like and Kella was just kept hammering the fact that like she played a really good social game, and I was like, I mean, she did play a good social game, and the whole point of this is social. So
It's
that
the
was
ultimate social game, even more so than like Big Brother. Like this is
Yeah.
the biggest social game I've ever seen in my life, and I love it.
yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
That's
I
what
don't,
like
I don't know if Steve and Jess, you saw this. I posted this in the jury chat that like every time that I've been the jury to ask finalist questions, I've been very open and very surprised actually by the 4 finalists. They like all of the finalists that I've dealt with have had really solid answers to all their questions. So people are here and they're ready to like tell their game, and everybody's playing a good game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
like anyone that makes it to final 2, like they obviously had to play a good game in some sense. So I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
you could say that like whoever wins deserved to win because they ended up winning. You know, like they had the best game because they ended up winning.
Mm-hmm. And I've heard
Hey,
a
if
lot.
you-
I think I've heard on every season that people's votes were flipped because of the final speeches. Yeah, which is kind of insane.
Are we still streaming?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, whatever. I'll say this on the stream. Steve's probably not watching. I almost voted for Farron based on her questions. Almost. Like it was like
Oh yeah.
I came close to it.
Was it like a close vote?
Farron answered her. No.
No. Yeah. That was maybe the one where people didn't flip, but
I should have listened to the questions more, but like having played with Kella and Mac the entire time, like I knew that Mac was the one. Like, yeah, like Kella may have done a lot, but I knew Mac did more just because I was there. Like we had a group chat all the way up until Final 4 or Final 5.
He should have explained it better.
Yeah,
he
I agree.
did not do a good job explaining it. He did a good job answering his questions for the most part. Like he didn't. I think he was just too scared to say what Kella did wrong.
Kella.
He didn't want to trash Kella, and like I respect that, but like that's not.
I was prepared to trash on everybody in the final 2. I was prepared with all.
Yeah. I told everyone when you were
Okay,
asking,
except you. Except you.
I was like, I think I would have lost to Steve because I couldn't go like trash his game at all because I refused to. Like I would have like trashed everyone else's, but
I never prepared what I would have said against you. I didn't think it would ever happen. I think you played a remarkable social game, and I think you would have beat me because of it.
It would have been a good final 2 with
a
you.
good enough social game. I lost in a social score tiebreaker.
Yeah, no, that's true. I thought you were doing a lot better than you were.
It literally just because like there was obviously other situations. Like Jess was beating me the entire season. Like if you look at the graph, but
Yeah, Jess definitely surprised me.
yeah.
you
And
did good.
that's hard for me because, and I even said it in my DR the entire time, I was like, these people are stringing me along because they think that I'm beatable. I'm not stupid. I know why I'm still here. I'm like, but that's the game that I'm trying to play is, bring me. I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing.
Play before, Jeff.
I threw some comps, but like the pie competition where I got 0, like I thought it was like gonna ask me about like Boston cream pie and shit, but no, it was like pie the mathematical equation. Like I got 0 on that. I tried a little bit. I didn't want to win, but I wanted to try, but still got 0. Like I threw competitions, but I still wouldn't have won them.
I didn't throw a single competition. I wanted to win everything.
So there was a time where I was like questioning like if I wanted to fully commit to working with you, Steve, or like this is when Jared was still there. I was like, there's Mac. Like at that time, like it was Mac and Jared is final 2. Like that was like. I was like, I think I still can have Kella. So like, who do I want to work with? I was like, I don't think I should win right now because I can't keep all of them safe. Because if I don't keep Jared, Mac, and Kella safe, then the other 2 are going to be mad at me. So I knew it was best for my game to not win those, but I still tried sometimes. Like the one where I lost against Mac in the fast run or whatever the hell it's called. Like I tried. I just suck.
The typing one?
No, the fun run.
Oh, fun run, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I practiced all day for that, and it did really good.
That one too. I actually did try for that one.
Yeah.
Me and Jack were practicing together. We were like in our own little lobby practicing.
Yeah, we practiced.
It was fun watching everyone like after they added me. I could see if you're playing or not, and just seeing everyone play.
You saw me together the entire time.
Yeah.
Because when I say like I threw comps, I don't want it to make it seem like I also think I could have won those comps because I could. Like I wouldn't have won the ones that I threw, and that's just me being honest.
That pie one. Oh, that's the one challenge I just didn't like at all because it was just random button pressing, hoping for the best.
Oh yeah.
No offense, Red.
No worries.
I loved everything else.
If you ever talk with players, I'm going to memorize whatever date that is. If there's a national holiday, I'm going to remember everything about it.
Yeah. I was.
There's definitely. I'm sure whatever Hayden has to say is very important. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but there's definitely some strategy in knowing the history of Black Market and also knowing the things that Hayden might choose to do, like choosing to skew toward things that have anything to do with Russia, right? Like,
in the Wheel of Fortune one,
yeah, like From Russia with Love, Crime and Punishment, right? Like these things that keep sometimes being happening a lot. Like, there's something. Mitch did this really well last season. Like, Mitch kept going back to watch old episodes.
I want to do that. If I wish they were on YouTube, I would totally watch them if they're on YouTube.
We're trying to do that soon, actually. Yeah. But they're not on YouTube yet. But actually, Kyle's working on editing them right now. But some of the episodes got deleted, so we're starting with season 4. But yeah.
I'll be right back.
Oh fuck, we're starting with season 4 and people can just watch them in nice, easy to watch episodes. Let's not start with the season that people are gonna get to watch me play again.
It sucks because when I came up with the idea to do it, I realized that the season 3 premiere was the last one to get deleted, so I couldn't do season 3, but just barely.
It's fine. I'll send in some fun. I'll send you all my group chats with people. They're funny.
Oh yeah. That would be awesome. Okay.
I, like, thought.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I'll tell my story.
All right. Awesome. See, season 4 was crazy. I mean, all seasons are crazy, but I feel like both these last seasons were like, I don't know, both were really crazy. They were more. Yeah. They were crazier than usual.
Are we still streaming? Give the streamers a hint. Is there going to be a season 6?
Oh, there's going to be season 6. Yeah. Is
that going to be the All-Star season?
Maybe not. I don't know.
You came back just in time.
I gotta. There's definitely going to be season 6. We gotta. I gotta figure out the scheduling. Gotta figure out a few more things. But there's gonna be season 6, and whether it's All Stars or something else, I guess that's to be determined. But we'll see. I guess that's my best answer. Yeah.
So I have to ask, because I feel like a lot of times, like, our cast
Sure, it'd be
was.
tough. I'm sure there's a lot of great players you could choose from.
What's that?
I
I'm sure
feel
it's
like
hard to pick players for All Star.
Wait, sorry, I missed the question. I think Max, were you asking something?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, sorry, I had next.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's pretty normal. That's pretty normal. We've had a few people that have been good with talking with Twitch, during the downtime. But yeah, it's pretty normal where like I realize you're all like messaging each other like behind the scenes, and so that's just like my time where I gotta try to interact with the Twitch chat. It's hard. It's hard sometimes because.
Oh, if you go into it, especially if you go into it the second time around, right? Like knowing that, fuck it, whatever, what have I got to lose? Like like having watched a couple where it is like 10 minutes of silence while people are GMing, I was like, fuck it, let's put on a show. So I encourage everybody to, when things are live streamed, put on a fucking show.
Yeah,
I
especially with
to, like, talk.
There's a more public element now too, so I was hoping the public element would do that a little bit, but I'm sorry.
We'll probably vote you out if you do though, so you're probably better off not doing that. But as a viewer, it's a lot more exciting when people are just talking out loud. Hayden was talking about putting together these episodes or whatever, and like, oh shoot, we don't have the boardroom chats. I'm like, there was at least one time that I was on a board and I said, I'm not going to the boardroom chat. We can do this right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I want to hear. There's been some intense board meetings though that I've only heard part of.
I want to hear the Ryren board chat. I want to hear Ryren and Tayo fight.
That would have been insane. I don't know if you saw last season, but they had a board meeting where they claimed full authority. The executive claimed full authority, and promised the person. So Tayo was on the board, but only because she was the bottom ranking, like what happened this season too. And she promised, or they promised not to put like her number one ally up, and then use full authority after that to put her number one ally up. But then. So
dang,
it was kind of insane. Yeah, it was fun.
That's what we should have done with Mac and Killa.
Yeah, why didn't we? Well, I thought about that with my executive. We could have done Mac and like Mac, and then I could have done full authority, and we could have just put one of them up there. But you guys were so intent on splitting it.
Yeah, it's hard.
Good job, Mac. Good job.
I just I don't know. Like I took my shot. I was ready to take my shot towards everyone else too late. That's my biggest mistake.
Yeah, I would talk. I talked to everybody. I think I waited too long, so all the relationships were already built and stuff, and I was just lost.
I guess I just have too much confidence in us winning Final 5, like Steve and I winning Final 5 executive. I was like, there's I knew they were going to cut me when it got to Final 4 because like I felt I'm surprised it was like lower in some spots. Like I felt like I had a really good social score for the most part, but like I was like they're going to cut me before it gets to Final 4 because they don't think they can beat me. So like I wanted to I planned on winning Final 5 executive, and I was just too confident in the fact that I would, and it didn't happen.
So did you ever decide what you would have done today had you been in my spot and you won? Were you going to what we
Steve
talked
is
about?
the person I would keep safe over anybody.
Oh, I know that, but you had said something about that you were going to let Steve be on the board instead of you.
Oh my god, I was
That was before I fully understood the social score. So Steve and I developed a plan. Like, I didn't know social score could fluctuate this much. I was like, my number one goal is to get us both to final two. I said, I think we still have a chance of getting you a better score than Mac. So, like, let's say I win executive. I put you on the board so you get the extra point. You put him and Kella up so they lose that point. And even if I get put up, my social score is going to be enough to beat them in the tiebreaker. I didn't understand at that point, like, fully how social scores worked. Like, knowing this now, like, I would never have done that. Mm-hmm. But, like, it was just, like, me trying to, like, strategize, like, a way to get Steve and I both in final two with him having a higher social score than Mac. Because me putting him on the board would have gave him an extra point.
Yeah.
And I thought my social score was so good that I didn't have to worry about it.
Well, I will say that your season, your scores were much closer than in usual seasons. Like, you were all much closer together and condensed than I was used to. So that's why all these things, like, people were higher and then it flips at the last second, you know, because you guys were so close. So it really things changed around just by small, like, just a blacklist could change it, which is not usually the case.
Yeah. No, what was the lowest social score, Hayden?
The lowest social score, I think. I think it was Lene.
I was looking at the graph. Yeah, I think it was Lene.
Oh, yeah, they did tank Lene. I did see that because those are the rankings I first got to see.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah, Lene, and then Katie dropped a lot, and Max dropped a lot. Wait, which blue is that?
I didn't drop a.
Is that McCracken? The blues are really close. I think it's McCracken.
Yeah, the darker blue is McCracken. Yeah, I made the blues a little too close.
So I was only negative one day, and that was day 2 or round 2, right?
Yeah.
Positive the rest.
Yep.
Assholes.
Why did Lene drop so much? I had nothing against Lene.
Lene was like ranked 10th out of 11 on at least 4 of the the rankings.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep Lene because I knew, like, everyone else wanted to get her out. Like, she just didn't, like... I talked
keep her.
I talked to her a little bit. She was, like, super nice, but, like, she didn't try to connect with anybody.
No. Yeah.
She was really...
Like, I had her at the top of mine the second day, but, I didn't really... Like, she was so silent on the actual, like, Twitch.
Like, I'm trying to find our DMs here. Is it LY?
Yeah.
Yeah. NNAE.
Let's see. What day did the game start?
March 14th was the first episode.
Oh my god! I wish I could have played a 10-day season. I think I'd do well in a 10-day season.
Yeah.
I like the pace of this. It was, I don't know, it didn't drag or anything.
So her first message to me was a Big Brother the Game message asking me to save her. That was on the 17th.
Oh, no.
Out by then?
Yeah, she
probably.
was.
So that's what I'm saying. I couldn't, like, I knew she would have a bad social score because, like, me, I know to, like, at least introduce myself to everybody. Like, that's enough to at least make it by the first day usually. But
reach out to her, and, like, I only did that because Paul
Discord. Let's see if she messaged me on Discord. 1 second.
I'm pretty sure she was going to go out first. And then Jessica came on and said that about her dad being bad off. And people started changing votes.
Yeah. That was, I think Kella changed her vote. Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Kella messaged and said, Lene's gone. And I'm like, but why? And
so, for me in that situation, I feel like a complete asshole. I was like, this seems like just an opportunity to get, like, 2 people out in one day. So, like, I kept my vote for Lene.
Oh my god, that's brutal. I was voting off Jeff anyway, so my vote didn't change.
But like, so she did message me on the 14th rather than the 17th. She was like, "Please vote to keep me," and I told her everyone's saying you're okay, so you'll make it to tomorrow, which is true. I didn't change my vote, but she did last.
Make it for tomorrow, but then
I never told her I didn't. Yeah, but that was our entire conversation. I thought we talked more than that. I didn't even introduce myself to her, I guess, but.
Yeah, to me, her talk strategy, I think I must have been one of the only people to rank her high, honestly.
Like, we talked before the game started a little bit, but again, it was just like her sending me like votes that she wanted me to get her on the Big Brother game. And that's just like...
I felt, yeah, she sent me 2, and I didn't respond. I try to respond to those, but if I usually don't unless I know you, but I had to be like, hey, I'm sorry I missed your votes, but I want to work with you because you know Paul.
Is it just us here that all of like the viewers leave?
There's like 14 viewers, but I do actually have to head out now. You guys, obviously you can keep talking if you want, but I personally got to head out. So,
actually still there?
Yeah.
Is Lene watching? I think Lene's watching.
Oh no, I love you, Lene. Like, you're awesome. We just didn't talk.
It's probably the other Lene, would be my guess.
You're great too, I'm sure.
So, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone that contributed to the stream. Gifted subs, sent bits, sent bolts, just watch in general. Everyone that's following. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for helping make this such a great season. Night everyone.
Thanks, Red.
Thank you.
You guys see this?